Flat rate shipping is also going up. It doesn't look like it's quite as drastic as some of the other things. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. My name is Kevin and this is the Commonwealth Cabin. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you always for coming by. If you're new to the show, this is where we do our selling, our flipping, Commonwealth Flipper. And then we have another channel over there, Commonwealth Picker, and that's where we do the picking, predominantly garage sale videos. So I know a lot of people have subscribed over there and then come over here. Some people find this one first and then go over there. So as always, we appreciate you stopping by. I hope this feels like your cabin. I don't know if you realize it, but I've kind of designed it to be ours with the license plates that come in and the different stuff we do. I like, all kinds of different things to make you feel a part of this because we wouldn't be here without you, and I appreciate you. But without me bloviating too much here, there was a topic I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to talk about it after we do the first little batch of wood solds. And then I'll talk about that for a second. If you watch a lot of reselling channels, which I know many of you do out there, then I'm sure you've already heard about the USPS shipping prices going up. They've decided to make it a little bit harder on you to make money and a little bit easier for them to make money, or at least give it to their employees. So at any rate, those things happen. They happen from time to time. Seems like they've been happening once, twice a year lately. And we just got bumped back down after the holidays to our normal shipping costs, which of course had gone up at the beginning of the year. And that did not last long. On the 24th here, just around the corner, you're going to see those tick back up. So if you haven't watched any of the other shows that have talked about it, and I know a few have, if you're one of the 12 people out there who only watch me, we're going to talk about it in about, I don't know, I'm going to say 5 minutes, but who the heck knows how long I'll talk about something. So let's take a look what's sold. Hey, first one is right here. There it is. And this little California, I think it's an ashtray. This was given to me by Patriot Picker, by the way. So Chris, if you're watching, thank you. And because I'm from California, so this is just an old set of cufflinks. And I thought we bought, this stuff came from, here's a couple of blue ones here, came from Richard the storage guy. And he gave us a bunch of stuff. We ended up finding 2 pieces of sterling in there, nothing amazing. But it was part of that little deal we did over there on the Commonwealth Picker channel. The storage auction, sitting on a storage auction jackpot or something like that. And I brought those home and I told Reagan to look through them, and Blue Ridge Mama was having fun. She likes to look through those little things. And they found 2 pieces of silver, one just a plain chain, and then one a little brooch that went to, I think, went to California. I can't remember your name, but thank you. And we took a bunch of other stuff. We're going to put it in the booth, put it in little baggies, put little things around it, put them on little hooks. I don't know, my wife does a bunch of stuff like that. But she decided to take these cufflinks and put them as an auction. I think she started at $9.99. And she's like, we can list them for $14.95 plus shipping, or just put it as an auction. I'm like, just put it as an auction. $10.50 for those plus shipping. Which reminds me of something. We sold that sweatshirt, that green Supreme sweatshirt. We did that on auction. I totally forgot I even had it up there. It sold a little bit under, not too much, under what I thought it was going to bring, but a little bit under, and it just sold. So we're going to give you an update on that one tomorrow, and you'll see what that thing brought us. That is from the Lost and Found sale, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Here's an Affliction t-shirt. I bought a bunch of these for $1 a piece at a sale. It was the 100-mile yard sale 2 years ago. And this was the last one, and it just didn't sell. And I don't know why. I probably should have looked at it. I probably had a mistake in the listing, which is why it didn't sell. But if you ever come across, if you watch Rally Roots, you know Affliction. But if you ever come across Affliction, sometimes they get passed up fairly easily because they look like they're tattered and torn and are in terrible condition. But they're designed like that. So, at any rate, this one sold for, after it went on 25% off sale, because it's been around the store for so long. After it's been around a year, sometimes I'll put it on a little bit of a sale. 25% off, $12.50 plus shipping on this one. I have 3 Time magazines going out today. These are all pure profit at this point. If you've been watching the show, this came from a sale over there on the Commonwealth Picker channel as well. I can't remember. It had the unicorn as the thumbnail. And these are 3 great ones. So I'm a history teacher if you're new. And I usually can't resist talking about a little history. But there's 3 of them here. So I got to take my pick. And then I'll give you like 30 seconds inside in the eBay case. And so many people have been so kind about that. you allow me to talk about history for a tiny little bit of time, but I'm just curious. So I don't often say give me a thumbs down, but here you go. If you like a little bit of history thrown in every once in a while, give me a thumbs up. And if you want zero history ever, give me a thumbs down in the video. We'll see what it looks like. All right, here we go. Sugar Ray Robinson. Which one should I talk about for 30 seconds? Inside. Well, we'll wait till after we get through the shipping stuff. Here we go. The Nazi Chief. 1944. So it's a new Nazi chief. At the end of the war there, or getting towards the end of the war, of course. That was the date. August. So maybe 8 months left to go. I think is that right? Okay, and then FDR, before we get into the war, this is 1940, and it's planes cost money, a lot of it. FDR. That's when we're trying to fund the war efforts of the Brits so we don't have to get involved. I don't know, which one do I want to talk about? You know, the other ones are a little cliche with World War II, not that it's not the greatest, one of the most interesting events in human history. But I think I'm going to talk about Sugar Ray Robinson a little bit. I don't know much about Sugar Ray Robinson, but I do have a story that I tell. Well, we'll talk about it in there for a second. Here we go. This one went to a viewer, and this one went to Logan. All right, these are super cool. I love the history behind each of these. I'm a viewer and a fan of the channel. Logan, thank you. Thank you, Logan. We appreciate it. And those are going out the door for $39 something, right around $40. So, Logan, we appreciate it. And let me tell you, there's a couple, the 1951 one, the Sugar Ray Robinson one, I looked through that thing and it's got some amazing ads in it. And I think that'll be your absolute favorite. Tiny little sale here, but it's pure profit. It's going to be around a 3-something profit. We'll call it $3. Little HB Irons Cleveland Golf head cover. It's in okay condition and it is pure profit. Came from the Lost and Found sale, and we're keeping track of that one. And I think inside there's 2 more shirts, so I might have to bring this one inside as well. So Cleveland, number 9's a 9 iron, I think. I don't know what the heck it is. What did I say? Yeah, there we go. 9, right? Not a 6. And it's a hybrid. $3 profit there. So $377 from $150. And by the way, that's where the Supreme came from. So we're going to add our Supreme sale onto that one, and that total is going to go up in a hurry. All right, last one, I think, before we talk about that shipping for a second. This is a Toyota. I think I got this over there at Rich's Storage Guide, too. Maybe not. Anyway, I don't quite remember, but these are always easy to look up. They're not easy to test anyways. Not for me, because I don't have the equipment. So I always sell them untested. And so far, I've only ever had one of these returned. So I'm okay with that. You know, over time, I'm willing to take a risk if I find enough and sell enough. But I haven't been selling many of these lately. I think this is 2002. It's just a CD player. No, it isn't. I take it back. It's got a cassette in it and a CD player. Sold for $25 plus shipping. All right, just talk about this for just a second here. I'll give you the quick take, and maybe I'll throw a few things up here in the video and give you an idea of what we're talking about. So quick take here, just by doing a little bit of research. First class shipping, on average is going to go up a little over 6%. So that makes it a little bit tough with that first class for sure. I think what they're going to do is not only kind of jack it up in all of the ounce categories, but they're going to make more categories as far as how far shipping goes. And so it's still going to be determined. You know, it used to be just a flat. First class was just flat. And I really enjoyed that. Ground prices are barely going up, and in a couple instances they're going down, which I think is interesting. So ground price, which, let's face it, priority mail didn't exactly meet its fulfillment a lot of times. And so ground is, to me, depending on your options, depending on the item, you don't get the kickback on it. But sometimes you can offer that ground price and still ship something priority to some folks. But that's a topic for another day. By the way, if I didn't say it, January 24th is when this is happening. Media mail is going up 3.5% roughly. Priority mail is basically going up the same amount. Except for when I looked at it, it looks like the very farthest regions away. The very farthest zones, I shouldn't say regions because it confuses some people. The very farthest zones away are going up rather significantly for some folks. Flat rate shipping is also going up. It doesn't look like it's quite as drastic as some of the other things, but it, you know, it's going to be added, 15 cents here, 20 cents here. Even like, for instance, you got a flat rate envelope right like this. This is a padded one. I think this is going up 15 cents, I think. Maybe 20, and then the flat rate envelopes that aren't padded, I think 15. So that'll give you an idea of what you're looking at right there. And of course, flat rate international is going up as well, just a tick under $5. So all of these things are definitely going to cause a little bit of changes over time. For one, I am not going to go in there and change all my listings. If they have calculated shipping on them already, they're going to change automatically. But I don't think I'm going to go in and change. I'm not going to change my free shipping, for instance, on the categories that I already have set. I'm not going to change my flat rate shipping prices. I'm going to leave them as is, and I will make adjustments to all the items that I'm now adding to my store. We're going to grab, I think, a couple from the back and one from right here, and then we're going to go inside of the eBay cave. All right, this one should be right on top maybe I just grabbed it. Yep, that is it right there. My wife said she put the wristlets up top. I asked her before I came down. So this one did not sell for much. But you know what? We got $10 for it, plus shipping on that. And we're into this little bag here for $1. So for $10 plus shipping. So, you know, we'll make like $7 on it. The next one should be, if I'm right here, in my Wisconsin motorcycle bin. And it should be a Zenith. See if I can find it here. I think, yeah, there it is, I think, right here. Is that Zenith? There it is. I just listed this one the other day. This came in a lot of stuff from my mom. She occasionally just keeps stuff she comes across. She didn't really pay for any of it. And she's like, yeah, I'll just send you a bunch of stuff and see what resells. And this was one of those things. And it's over $12, free shipping. So a little bit of money right there, isn't it? Hey, last one is over here on my shelf, and it didn't even get to stay up here more than a day. It only made one video because I posted it on Instagram. And occasionally I'll post something on Instagram and somebody like, I want to buy it. And I haven't even listed it yet. But this one I had listed, and a viewer jumped on it and bought it. And one of our favorite viewers at that, it's Kristen. And Kristen often buys puzzles and things like that. And she's a sweetheart and so generous. She is one of the folks that started us off on those 12 days of Christmas auctions, and we really do appreciate it. But these are kind of cool. This was a surprise. It was in the bottom of a box that I bought. I've been listing a few of these things. I bought it at the 100 Mile Yard Sale. I'm knocking them all over here. And I think I paid $5 for the whole box. And it was a bunch of McDonald's toys. But they were all brand new in the package, 1990s. And separated into year and type. And I'm like, yeah, I think I want to grab these. And so far we've done pretty well on them. Well, this was in a little bag at the bottom. So paid $5 for the whole box. And these were in there. And these sold for $25, I think. $20 plus shipping. And there was some views on them right away. And some watchers. And Kristen came in and grabbed it. So I asked the people on Instagram, which one are you? So there you go. Outlandish Orange, Laughin' Lemon, Percy Pineapple, Looney Lime, or Wacky Wild Cherry. Which one are you? We got 2 Homeschool Hustler store sales there. Turner, that looks like some McDonald's stuff.
Yeah.
Grimace and Hamburglar. It's Halloween 1995. Cool. Yep. And I bought all that stuff and a bunch of other stuff for $5. And that one right there put us in the profit, and you're gonna make some good money on that. What do you get when you go to McDonald's? What do you order?
Happy Meal.
Happy Meal?
Yeah,
What kind of Happy Meal? What kind of Happy Meal? Do you get a hamburger? Do you get a chicken nugget? What do you get?
Chicken nugget and fries.
Chicken nugget and fries.
Yeah.
4-piece, right?
There are,
yeah. The box.
Yeah, the boxes.
The boxes, yeah. There's boxes with it.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Somebody grabbed it and got the boxes. $25 plus shipping for those toys. That's pretty good for McDonald's toys. Mm-hmm. Can you grab that up there? Mm-hmm. Yep. And that is what is that thing?
A Toy Story VHS.
You got it. And who's your favorite? Do you like Buzz or Woody?
Buzz.
Buzz, I figured you'd like Buzz better. I figured you would. I like Woody better. All right. Well, maybe the viewers will tell you. What do y'all like better out there, Buzz or Woody? Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, bud.
Bye.
I got a couple more from the Lost and Found sale. This is a North Face. I think it went pretty cheap. I'm trying to figure out what the heck went wrong with it. It is a size small. Maybe there's some pics or something in it. I didn't list it. Blue Ridge Mama listed it. At any rate, it sold for $12.95 plus shipping, so still pure profit. Gonna add $10 to our list. This one is really nice jacket, but of course it says it's got a particular course on here, Weston Hills Country Club. Still a nice FootJoy jacket. This one sold for $15 plus shipping, so we'll add, say, $12 to this one. That brings us to a grand total of $399 so far, with the Supreme sweatshirt yet to come. One more piece of clothing, this wool Bradley Johns jacket. It's been around the store forever. And it sold one time. And came back. And I just like, what do I want to do with it? I got it so cheap, though. I got it so cheap. I think I paid $2 for it. And I don't know. I didn't want to take a loss on it, so we relisted it. Still didn't sell. Marked it down 25%. Sold for $26.90 something, $27 plus shipping. So we've made a little bit of money on it still, but not too much. All right, Ronald was the lucky one to grab the Inaman off of the Commonwealthpicker.com store. I've been posting maybe 5 or 6 a week. So Ronald, we hope he gets things moving for you, and we appreciate it. Hey, really quickly before I forget, yesterday's video, I think it was yesterday, CommonwealthPicker.com store sale, and I failed to mention somebody's eBay store, Steadfast Selection. She didn't ask me to mention it. She just put it in the bottom there. And most of the time I do if I see it. So Renee, thank you. All right, here it is. You can put me on the clock here. So here's the one I picked, 1951 Sugar Ray Robinson. But I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about 1908 Jack Johnson. And I use this in my class sometimes to show people the long-term effects of the Columbian Exchange, because we talk about cause and effect. And really up to Columbus, up to that era, with the exception of the Mongols and a few other times in history, these melting pots around the world, and there were some for sure, like the East African coast and whatnot. But the whole world becomes a melting pot, especially the Americas, after the 15th century is over. And then it continues that way. But it remained, at least in some parts, a segregated melting pot, as opposed to maybe Sao Paulo in Brazil or something, or Rio, where it just became a melting pot pretty darn quick. And you begin to have these barriers on race and whatever. Not that you always haven't, but in Australia, there's a great example. But boxing kind of exposes that, and you break down the color barrier in boxing before any other sport. And so the dynamics there in 1908, where a black man defeats an Irish man in the heavyweight championship of the world. And then over the subsequent next half century, you see those barriers just crumble. And we start to, anyways, identify ourselves, in nationalistic terms, which is an interesting little study. But I do talk about the breakdown of those barriers in the 20th century in the world we live in, opposed to the world that, our great-great-grandparents lived in. So, and I need to read up on Sugar Ray Robinson. I know he was a great champion, and I have heard that he is the greatest boxer to have ever lived. But you'll see the weight change here. He went from, I don't know what it was, I don't know, what do they call him, middleweight, welterweight? What do they call boxing? The sweet science. So at any rate, 1951, Sugar Ray Robinson. But remember, 1908, Jack Johnson. All right, that's it for in here. Don't forget, thumbs up for some history every once in a while. Thumbs down, never, ever talk about it. I hated history. I hated my history teacher. I hate school. Thumbs down. All right, y'all. Have a great day, and we can't wait to see you next time. All right, little thing, we got...
Andrew got a We Get Things Moving mug, and... Oh, no. Andrew got a We Get Things Moving shirt and an Enema mug, and
That's
then
right.
Kathy got an Enema mug.
Kathy got an Enema mug. All right, hey, they wrote a couple things here, so let me read them to you. Andrew says, the overworked Enaman, the regular Enaman, is overworked. So we get things moving shirt and an Enema mug to go with them, to keep him company, and to take a little of the work off his shoulders. What do you think about that? And Kathy is Grace Picker. I think that's the YouTube name. Maybe it's the eBay name. I think that's the YouTube name. She says she's a YouTube lurker. Do you lurk around any channels? Huh?
Yeah.
Do you lurk around some? All right. Needed an Enaman before they're all gone. In a mug before they're all gone. And you know what? I just looked.
Left.
No, 8.
Wow.
8. Well, 8 besides the ones I'm keeping and giving away and doing stuff, auctions and stuff later. So, all right. Reagan wanted me to tell y'all something.
Yes,
She says somebody buy these things. She hates them.
I
They gotta
hate
go.
them.
I figured they'd stick around till next Halloween. Somebody'd make them. Y'all look up
Can't stay this time.
creepy dolls. And people take these dolls and make them even creepier than they are. Actually, these have already been made kind of creepy. One more than the other. It's amazing.
I was just coming in here by myself one day, and I was just staring at them. They were so creepy.
I think your mom should make creepy dolls and sell them at Halloween. What do you think? All right. Thank
Bye.
you.
And don't forget to get your stickers at CommonwealthPicker.com.